Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a really good day today. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a full face of Revolution. I love watching these videos. I always watch full face of like one brand makeup videos. I just love them. And I was sat watching one last night and I was like, do you know what? I don't even think I've done one of these on my own channel and I like watching them, so why would I not just, film one myself? So I've chose Revolution because they're like a cheap, affordable, like drugstore brand. So like if you see anything that I use that, you would like to try, they're very affordable. So I feel like everyone would be able to pick something up if like you wanted to try something. But regardless, I'm fed up of looking dead. So let's just get straight on into the video. Don't mind my hair today. It's greasy. Don't want to straighten it. Don't want to put it up because I have a headache. So this is what we're dealing with. So let's get into this. I feel like I have pretty much everything for a full face apart from a mascara and a setting spray. I think they're the only two things I don't have. So anyway, let's stop rambling. So the primer I'm going to use today is the Revolution Pro Hydro Matte Primer. And this pretty much is like a hydrating primer that's like, it feels like a moisturizer, I would say. So I know I like this primer with other foundations. But like I have so many makeup products from like different makeup brands that like I don't know if like Revolution stuff works well with other Revolution stuff. I assume it would, because usually like makeup products from the same brand usually work very well together. But I usually use this primer when one, my skin is super dry, and I'll be honest, today my skin is feeling really dry, and two, when I haven't applied my like skincare routine, my morning skincare routine, just because it feels more so like a moisturizer, so that's soaked in really nicely. So now on to brows, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm dreading. So the brow products that I have to use today are the Faux Brow from XX Revolution, which has this like brush like spoolie on one end and then the brow product on the other. And then as my brow gel, I also have the XX Revolution, I just assume it's called a brow gel, it doesn't have a name on it, in the shade medium brown, and the brow pencil is in the shade deep brown. Now, the brow pencil itself is so dark already, and then the brow gel is unbelievably dark. So I know these are going to be some dark brows today, but I don't have any other like Revolution brow products, so I'm not gonna buy new ones just because I'm trying to use some stuff up, I'm just looking for my mirror. So let's get started. One thing I will say, this brow product is actually really good, and I genuinely really like it. It's just the wrong shade for me. It's quite a like firm feeling brow pencil. I feel like you have to push down a little bit to get the product out, but like not too much. It's quite nice. It's like a nice in the middle, but you do have to apply a little bit of pressure, Okay, I know this looks insane right now, but don't worry, when I clean it up it will look half decent. I just apply my brows really messy and then clean them up. I feel like it's the best way to do brows, because then like I don't have to be like overly cautious or anything. I literally just clean them up and then they're the shape that I want anyway. Oh my god, this is the first time I've done my makeup since I've had my nails took off, and I kind of miss having my nails to clean up my brows now. Okay, so that was like the first time I've used this brow product in like a hot minute. I'm just gonna go with my brow gel on this eyebrow now. But yeah, that was the first time I've used this brow pencil since like I probably tested it and then used it a few times afterwards, but like it's obviously too dark for my brows, so I haven't used it in like a while. And I actually don't like it as much as I thought I did. I thought I really liked it, but it's actually kind of difficult to get brow-like strokes through your brows, so I'm actually not the biggest fan of that brow pencil anymore. I really like the brush though, the like spoolie thing that is a brush. I really like that. Okay, so there we go. We have one brow done. Obviously, it didn't take me very long. I look crazy right now, so I'm just quickly going to go and do the other brow, and then we'll come back and do the rest of makeup. So I'm back, and my brows are very dark. But I feel like brows always look crazy though anyway when you've only got brows on. So let's get some makeup on my face. Okay, so you might be able to hear someone cutting hedges across the road. Obviously they've decided to do it now, so I'm sorry that is super annoying, but they're not going away anytime soon, so I'm just going to kind of work through it as fast as I can so that hopefully I can just talk over this bit. So the foundation that I'm going to be using today is the Revolution Pro CC Perfecting Foundation with SPF 30, and it does come with a little pump, which is nice. So let's just slap this on my face because I'm fed up of looking pasty and like I'm dying. I know I used to like this foundation, but honestly I have not used it in a while, so hopefully I still really like it. Okay, so there's the foundation blended in, and do you know what? I really like it. So it claims to be a full coverage foundation. I wouldn't necessarily say it's full coverage because I can definitely see some stuff peeking through. I would say like a high medium coverage. It says moisture rich CC foundation with hyaluronic acid and collagen and antioxidants and SPF 30. So all it claims to be is full coverage, with like, you know, some good stuff in there that's good for your skin. I do really like the way it's looking on my skin. It blended out really nicely. And one thing I really like about it is the pump is not like a pump where one pump is just like a standard pump. You can pump out less if you don't want as much. So I needed like a tiny little bit more just to finish off a certain area on my face, and yeah, you can pump out exactly how much you want. So I do really like that about that foundation. So yeah, it's not a bad foundation at all, to be honest with you, and I still really like it, which I'm glad. So the concealer that I'm using today is the Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite Concealer, and this concealer claims to be a long wear concealer that is crease proof with niacinamide, and it has infinite coverage. When I first blended out this foundation, it applied really nicely, blended out really nicely. It blended into the foundation nice as well. But honestly, for me, concealer, it all comes down to how well it powders down. So let's move on to powder. So the powder that I'm going to be using today is the I Heart Revolution Peach baking powder. I'm not going to bake with it though. I'm just going to literally use it to set my face. I have used this once before and I did really like it. So hopefully I still really like it this time. That would be fab. Okay, so it has set my under eyes really nicely actually. So I never tried it on my under eyes before. I only tried it on my like entire face. So hopefully it stays. This is a scented powder, by the way, so if you're not keen on scents, you probably won't like this. It's supposed to smell like peaches, but I'm really not sure if it does. But it does have like a slight scent. Okay, and there we are. My face is all set. I actually really like that peach powder. I'm definitely going to use it more. I feel like it's set under my eyes quite nicely as well. It does look a little bit dry under there, but that could also be the concealer, because honestly I'm not the biggest fan of like full coverage concealers under my eyes. I feel like they just look very cakey under my eyes nowadays. But yeah, overall really happy with the way that that's looking, and it set my face down really easy, and I use next to no powder as well, so that's really good. So really good value for money because it's affordable. Anyway, so now for bronzer, blusher and highlight, all that fun stuff. So the bronzer that I'm going to be using today is the XX Revolution bronzer in the shade More Rose. I have clearly used this a fair bit, but honestly I can't remember what I think about it, so this should be interesting. It looks very pigmented, so I'm definitely tapping off that excess. Oh, that's a warm bronzer. Oh. Okay, so it's a very warm, very pigmented bronzer. On camera, it looks quite harsh. In real life, it's actually not as harsh. So it goes on very pigmented, but it is quite easy to blend out, but I definitely would not take a lot of the product at all, especially if you're as pale as I am. Okay, that's looking quite harsh on camera. I don't really know why, because in real life, it doesn't look like that, so I don't know why it's coming up like that. Okay, so it's definitely a warmer bronzer, which I definitely have warm bronzers in my collection, but this one is like, because it's pigmented like kind of straight away, it can be a little bit difficult to work with, so just take a small amount and you should be fine, and definitely tap off your excess. I know I've said this a fair bit already, but yeah, it's a very, this particular shade is very, very warm toned bronzer. I like it on my forehead, but then again, like, I don't mind having quite a warm toned bronzer on my forehead. It's kind of the only place I don't really mind it. I don't know why, but on camera it looks really harsh on my like cheek area. In real life it's really not that harsh, so I don't know why it's coming across like that. I am just quickly gonna pat over everywhere I've bronzed with my sponge just to kind of try and dim it down a little bit. I'm pretty sure I would have picked up one of the lightest shades, because usually I do, because I don't really like bronzers that are like hard to work with. I like bronzers where you just slap it on. You don't have to be too like overly cautious with them. That bronzer isn't hard to use, it's just, I just had to be a bit careful, that was all. It's definitely not a bronzer I'd pick up if I was in a rush, put it that way. I am really liking the makeup today. I am noticing like a little bit of texture, which could either be from the foundation or the powder. It's kind of like right here on my chin, and like a little bit around my mouth area. But maybe when I set my face with a setting spray, that will sort itself out. So now on to my favourite step, which is blush. And the blush that I'm going to be using today is again by XX Revolution in the shade Entice. By the way, I love the XX Revolution packaging. I think it looks really, really nice. This blush is quite a pretty, like, it's like pink with like a hint of peach, but it's also quite mauvey too. It's like a really nice in the middle of all three, which I really like. I know I like this blush because I used to use it a lot when I first got it. I've not used it in a while, so I kind of can't remember whether it was like overly pigmented. I feel like it definitely is a pigmented blush, but it's like an easy to work with kind of pigmented blush. I mean, I love blush anyway, and I cake on the blush anyway, so yeah. This is a matte blush, by the way. There's no shimmer in this, which I actually think I prefer non-shimmery blushes nowadays. just because I feel like I have quite a lot of like texture on my skin, and also like I am prone to like blemishes and stuff, so like shimmery products just kind of cling to stuff like that and like obviously make it more prominent, whereas like matte products don't really draw attention as much. Oh, that's pretty, I like that. I'm a big fan of that shade too. I really like that. I keep wanting to do like an e-girl makeup look because honestly I'm obsessed, and I feel like that would be a good shade of blush to do like a really like pinky kind of e-girl look. So let me know if you want to see that. I'd have to practice though, because you know I love e-girl makeup, so I really don't want to do them dirty and just absolutely butcher it. So now for highlighter, and honestly I'm so excited because I haven't used this product in ages and I do really like this product. So the highlighter I'm going to use today is the Revolution Strobe highlighter in the shade Flash, which honestly this highlighter is stunning. It has a green reflect to it, so it's not one I reach for very often, but the formula of the highlighter I really like. It is quite an icy highlighter, which I do tend to avoid these days, but this honestly just makes your skin look so wet. I love it. And I'm pretty sure these highlighters are something stupid like £3, and they do have different shades, so really affordable. Oh, look at that, it's so pretty. And it doesn't like sit on top of the skin, it actually blends into the other makeup quite nicely and just kind of blends into the skin as well, so it kind of looks like you're just glowing, but you can build these up to be quite intense as well. Oh, so pretty. So now I'm just gonna go back in with my blusher brush, but I'm not gonna take any extra product, and basically I just kind of like to kind of blend into the highlight a little bit, just so that everything kind of meshes together, you know. The highlight is still there, you can still see it, but it just all kind of blends in and, you know, looks like everything's supposed to be there, you know. And now it's time for eyeshadow, and I'm actually really excited about this bit. So the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be using today is Soph's palette with Revolution, the very first one she released. I put this palette in my 100 uses project pan, and I've not really used it that much, and I really want to, because I used to really like this palette and I used to use it a lot, so I definitely need to get some use out of it, and I'm definitely gonna try and do it some justice today. So I think for starters I'm going to mix together this pinky shade here and this more of a reddy orange shade here. I'm gonna mix the two together, and I think I'm just gonna pack that all over the lid. I think when I was pulling out the makeup to film this video, I noticed that I actually gave away a lot of my Revolution eyeshadow palettes. Pretty much the only eyeshadow palettes I have now from Revolution are collab palettes. That is it. I feel like that looks really pretty. Okay, I'm obsessed with that colour combo. Really nice. And then again, I'm going to mix two shades together. So I'm going to mix a little bit of this orangey shade here and this like orange toned brown shade. And if it gets too dark, I'm going to add a little bit of the white. Just whacking that all in the crease to just kind of help with the blend. Just go back in with the previous brush. I'm actually really happy with that. So now I'm just going to repeat the same on this eye and then I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back, and obviously I look a little bit different. My camera died. I didn't realise, but basically all that I did was I finished this eye off, and then I just took a little bit of this shade here. Pop that on my inner corner of my brow bone. It's actually a really nice inner corner and brow bone shade. I've never used the shade before, so I had to just hope that it was good. I just then applied my mascara as well whilst I let my camera charge for like 10 minutes because it wasn't a Revolution mascara, because I didn't really fancy opening a new mascara when I've already got 3 open. It just seems wasteful. So the eyeshadow palette I love. I definitely need to use it more. I don't know why I don't. But now I'm going to move on to lips. And I'm using another Revolution and Soph product. So it's like a little lip kit. And it's basically a lip liner and a like lip balm type lipstick. So let's apply that. I've only used this a few times before, but I really liked it the last time I used it. Okay, so that's the lip liner done. I absolutely love the formula of these lip liners, by the way. They're like really, really creamy, but like not too creamy where you just like it's really hard to control where it goes. So you get most of the pigment from the lip liner, and then you just apply the lip balm lipstick afterwards, and it's not like a full pigment kind of lipstick. It is like a tinted lip balm, which is really, really nice. I feel like that goes really nicely with the eyes, to be honest. I like it. I'm obsessed with the eyes. I really like the way my eyeshadow went today. I haven't done like a pinky kind of red tone sort of look in a while, and I really, really like it. So this was my full face using only Revolution makeup products. I really, really enjoyed doing this video, I'm not gonna lie, and I like a lot of my Revolution makeup. There's not many things I've brought from Revolution that I haven't liked. There's definitely stuff that I like more than others, obviously, but I feel like this video is already going to be super, super long, so I'm going to keep this outro nice and short and sweet. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of this look, and let me know your opinions on Revolution down below in the comments, if you love them, if you hate them, all that good stuff. And if you are new around here, I would love if you could subscribe and join the fam, because I'm really trying to hit 400 subscribers before the end of the year. So I would love, love, love to have you guys here. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment down below anything you want to comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.